is going on, fams? We got a good one tonight. We actually got Kingdom Bully Kennels. And just in case you don't know who they are, Hollywood, do me a favor. Go ahead and click on one of their more popular clips, if you will. Go ahead.
Great big dog and a little bitty girl.
I'm sure you've seen this little girl training dogs. I'm actually a big fan. If you would have told me a month ago I was actually going to have them on here, I probably would have been more excited than I already am. But either way, let me bring my family on board. We got Gaines Bullies in the house. What is going on, guys?
Man, not much, man. Big show weekend. We just got back from, man, starting to get things settled down now.
I couldn't wait
Where
for
were
that
you
Monday
at?
to
Where
get
did
here.
you go? Where did y'all go?
We went to Hobbs, New Mexico.
Hobbs, New Mexico. Is that where they got them UFO satellite dishes flying around?
Hey, it's probably full of UFOs down there, man.
Yeah, man, the tornado blew all the UFOs away while we were there.
Down there, yeah.
Oh, Jesus, man. I'm sorry to hear that y'all had a UFO over there, man. Listen, you know who we bringing in today, man? Kingdom Bullies. We actually have a 3-man team, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Let's give it up for Kingdom Bullies, man. What is going on, guys?
Hey, I'm Brian, aka the dad.
Okay. And who's that next to you, Brian?
This is my lovely wife and professional dog trainer, Samantha.
Okay. And who
then,
is this? Yeah.
Then we got the star. She know we're only gonna let her stay for a little bit because she hogs all the attention. This is this is Sally.
Good deal, Sally. Good to meet you. Like I told you before we started on live, I'm definitely a big fan of yours. Anytime you see a kid, you know, being able to train these big American bullies, showing that, you know, there's not an aggressive anything tendency to them or anything like that. I just think that she's been a good representation of our breed through your shorts, man. And so, man, I congratulate all three of you because I'm sure all three of you came together to be able to make those types of shorts, man.
Well, I can tell you, I would say 90% of the time, these two don't like. I hope that you could tell the authenticity on our channel because they don't even know. I just see something. I think it's going to look good, make a video. I walk around the corner hitting record. So,
okay. All right. So look, I can already tell you got the YouTube. You're the YouTuber of the group. The other two are the trainers, but you are able to see YouTube Gold, and that's when you hit that record button.
Yes.
How long have you guys been doing YouTube videos?
We are not quite at 2.5 years yet with the channel.
2.5 years. How many followers do you have on your channel, man?
We're going about 50,000 a month right now. So in the next month we will have 1,200,000.
Wow, man! Congratulations, man! You hit that million subscriber mark, man. Definitely is something that all YouTubers strive for. Yeah, guys, if you haven't visited Kingdom Bully Kennels, I suggest you do so. In particular, their shorts. Look, let's check this one out. Look at that.
Go ahead.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. So talk to me. What got you guys interested in being a kennel and also being breeders? Because obviously your wife is a trainer, you're a YouTuber, your daughter's a trainer as well, or she's learning to be. What got you inspired to get into breeding?
Well, it's kind of a chain of events, and I could take like 3 different angles, but the cliff notes of it is when I got with my wife, she had a bully. I didn't know what a bully was at the time. I thought it was the biggest damn pit bull I ever seen in my life. 110 pounds. I'm scared to even walk into the room. And I've always been a pit bull lover. In my early 20s, I did a little bit of breeding, dabbled a little bit, but I met this dog, and then I seen the kids that, I mean, they would ride on him and pull his ears, and this dog just had the most docile, gentle temperament that I'd ever seen. So I started talking about over time, when we was able to buy a house, I wanted to breed these dogs. And I started looking at them online and finding, just blown away at the magnificent features of the XL American Bully. Now, we bought our house, and I am obsessive compulsive. So we bought our house.
I couldn't tell just looking at you, by the way.
Yeah, I had $10,000 left. We got a good deal on our home. And I Googled XL American Bully breeder and found one. And I think within 4 months, we had 4, 2 females, 2 males. At the same time, in this period, my wife had her own remodeling business. And she was on this nightmare of a job. It just kept going, and people were quitting, and we're having to put our personal money into it. And she's staying late and killing herself trying to get it done. And she falls off a ladder and breaks her arm in like 3 different places.
No way.
So it was a whole thing, because my wife is a workaholic. She decided she didn't want to do that no more. She didn't want to be on no roofs, and I didn't blame her. Right as we was getting our bullies, started training them. I've been a social media guy for going on 8 years now. So I started posting it just to show off the dogs. And the training was getting a little bit. She started taking interested in the training. Allie started taking interest in it. So within maybe a 3-month window, she decided she wanted to go to school and do it the right way. She went to school to learn protection, detection, and obedience training. Ended up graduating the school now, and then she ended up teaching there for the next year, training other dog trainers how to train.
Nice.
So I really can't make it out like there was a clear-cut logical plan. Everything's just kind of blossomed, and we
fell
just
into place.
Walked through the doors. And really, I'll be honest with you guys, this is how we went viral. When we started getting big, not huge, but big.
Right.
We attracted about every kind of animal nut enthusiast hater that you can imagine.
For sure.
People threatening us. And I've been on social media. I knew they were out there, but it was overwhelming at the comments we would get, because we use pinch collars or prong collars, e-collars, people saying that these dogs should all be exterminated. People freak out because Allie she's big compared to what she was when we started. They see a 9-year-old with an XL American Bully, they think it's a pit bull, and they start saying, well, I hope she's going to get attacked someday and all this stuff. And one day Allie's training one of our dogs, and I just kind of gave the comment Karens, is what I call them, the comment Karens. I just kind of high-pitched my voice and say, "You've got no business handling a dog that size. Where's your..." and that video that I did that on to this day has like 42 million views and counting.
Wow.
Well, you probably spoke for many Karens out there, man.
Well, and you've got people that are for us, and then you've got people that don't know that it's fake, arguing on her side, and then you've got people arguing with each other in the comments, and it's just crazy, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, definitely your voice. Let me tell you something, man. Your voice definitely sticks out to anything else out there that I've heard.
I hear it all the time. I hate that voice. They call me a woman. That woman needs to shut her freaking mouth and all that stuff.
That's fine.
You wouldn't believe how many people don't know it's fake, and they've never heard of satire, because
exactly.
We did one where we're in the restaurant and we was all together. I went and sat at a table separate, and she had our female fancy, and I hit record and said, "You guys won't believe this. I'm in a public restaurant trying to eat my food, and this beast walks in," and I go up and they can see my finger saying, "You need to take that thing to your car." Boy.
That's awesome, man.
You got engagement. Look,
I'll have to go back and look at the videos, man.
Yeah,
People don't realize that YouTube has a lot, or YouTube, social media in general, has a lot to do with getting a reaction from the public, whatever that may be. Sometimes even a negative reaction can be a positive reaction as long as they're engaging with your content, right?
And the
take for example,
is that if people will watch our videos, because it's made so you could tell it's fake, I'm actually fighting stigma. But the amount of people that believe it and think it's real it'll really terrify you for the state of our freaking society. Because if they're going to believe one of our videos, they'll believe anything they see.
Video.
Yeah.
It is rather unfortunate. Keep that in mind for a second. Hollywood, I need you to get that member noise ready, man, because we got California Bulldog Pride just dropped.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
We're on here every Monday, 8 p.m. CST. Listen, I want you to keep rolling with it. I want you to keep telling me everything. For example, you just mentioned how you just brought in the satire. You brought in that made-up voice that you're throwing out there, right?
Yeah.
You constantly change from subject matter. I know you're bringing Sally in, and she's definitely training dog. But all your videos are not exclusively about that. How do you keep it fresh? How do you constantly change?
Well, here's the thing. When I did social media, I actually have taught social media marketing for a long time. And there's a saying that we tell people is document, don't create. And what that means is, because there's people, and I'm not putting this down because there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, but there's people that spend days obsessing. They get all stressed out. They don't know what they're going to do in a video and all the fancy editing and all that. And I'm not saying there's not a place for that, but when you do it the way we do it, it's more just, we are a bully kennel. We are dog trainers. We are a family. So we just kind of document our daily lives, and that takes the pressure off. You know, I post, but it's not a lot of editing or anything. Other than the fake Karen videos, it's all sincere. It's just me going live multiple times throughout a day. When I'll see them with a dog, and I'll think, well, that's a good angle, and I'll go live. So there's really, and we're kind of rare. I don't know how many YouTube channels have gotten this big just off shorts, but the truth of it is, when you see Allie and 140 plus dog, people are following us that don't even like dogs. We got crazy cat people that click and follow. So it's
they don't appreciate being called crazy.
I'm not saying all cat people are crazy. I'm just saying.
You should do it in that Karen voice. Not all cat people are crazy. No, this is why I say she is an ambassador to our breed, man. A young lady next to a 140-pound dog immediately, triggers people. Immediate reaction is like, oh my God, get this baby girl to safety. And when she's over here handling these huge dogs like they're nothing, it's really mind blowing. Let me see if I bring up another one of the videos that I seen on your page that I thought was super cool. Here you go.
Oh, that's a big old dog there.
That is a very.
Are you okay leaving your daughter alone with these monsters? She didn't expect me to put the camera on her. I always have the camera on.
Man, I love the naturalness. I love the naturalness that comes with it, but it is so true. That's what a Karen will immediately ask. You would leave this dog, with this little girl. Yeah. So talk to me about your kennel, man. I know you got some dogs over there. Recently you received a dog, I believe, or something to that extent. Break it down for me. Talk to me about your kennel.
Well, long just to touch on, you had him on the screen when he was talking about it, Johnny Bones, and this ties into what we've just been talking about. The reason that Johnny Bones is with us today is because of Instagram mainly. His owner, his breeder in the UK, started following us and fell in love with Allie. And we started talking and had a relationship for maybe a couple months. And one day she just reached out on Saturday and said, "Hey, will you go get Bones?" And to be honest, I already had Bones locked in as a stud. So, my first reaction was, well, hell yeah, I'll go get Bones. Long story short, like this dog has changed my life, and he's just phenomenal. But I wasn't proactive. I didn't reach out and inquire about owning him. I never thought I'd have the chance to own him, but it's all thanks to social media. A lot of other really amazing things that's happened. That's why I tell people, don't focus on the negative, because I mean, the real reason that we know each other while we're here today is because technology. There's
Absolutely.
good and bad in everything. It just depends on what you want to focus on.
Absolutely. Real quick, man. I have to apologize to Allie. I called her Sally. My apologies. I meant to call you Allie. My apologies. Real quick, we have a question. We have a question from California Bulldog Pride saying, Kingdom Bully Kennel, what do you use for treat training? So what's the main treat you use?
What don't we use? You have to know your dog. We do use cut up hot dogs a lot, but you've got some that we have to use raw meat to get them motivated. You just kind of got to try and see what motivates your dog. And some dogs, it's not treats at all. Some dogs, it's toys. So you just got to know your dog and figure out whatever the heck motivates them, man. But it's not some super secret recipe or some super expensive treat, because the truth is, I think we've probably used about every kind known to man at some point or another.
Sliced cheese is a good one. Sometimes if I've got a picky one, I'll put raw chicken tenders in the air fryer and cook those for a couple minutes and cut them up.
Well, those are the fancy ones.
Those are the fancy ones.
You don't even cook me chicken tenders.
There you go.
Those are your pockets typically in your English bulldogs.
They love them.
Usually they're pretty picky, but honestly, I think freeze dried food toppers is probably my number one go-to. They're super easy to maneuver in my hands. I can hold a lot, I can treat a lot, and the dogs love them.
Wow. Do you guys normally feed kibble, or you feed raw to the dogs in your kennel, your yard for your breeding program?
You're gonna like my answers to your questions.
Oh man, talk to me.
When it comes, I've been watching you back when I'm not an old timer by any means. We've been doing this going on 4 years, and I don't think I had maybe 2 bullies when I found you on YouTube, because 4 years ago when you went on YouTube and you typed in how to start an XL American Bully Kennel or what to feed an XL American Bully, you was the only one doing it. So I'll give praise to you. I'm glad that you was there. These days, people might have a hard time finding the right information because there's a bunch of people now. But so my answer is I would feed strictly raw all the time. We've got 14 dogs, so a lot of the times I'm mixing raw and kibble. Some of my studs, like Johnny Bones, he eats freaking 5 pounds of raw a day. So some of them are on completely raw. Some of them are on raw and kibble. I'm not going to tell you what kind of kibble, because as you know, I'm not going to promote a kibble. It's like potato chips. But if you mix potato chips with some good nutrients, they're better.
Right. I like that. I like that example. Good point.
Yep.
Let me just ask you this. Is there any supplements that you're using?
Oh, there's another one. I feel like he knows all my answers to these. Nuvet and NuJoint.
Woo, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows, man, Nuvet and NuJoint DS is what we feed our dogs. There it is. Our ordering code is 513237. Can you tell me something that you've noticed ever since you've been feeding Nuvet and NuJoint to your dogs? Anything?
I'll let, but when they reached out to us, even though you had talked about it, I told them that I'd have to see some results before I would just sign on and put my name with it. So tell them why we signed on.
Yeah, so I do shepherds as well. So one of my shepherds was getting pretty in working line. I do working line shepherds, so they're a little bit, they're just more intense. And so my first one, just like 18 months old, she just started getting real, just mellow, I guess you could say. And I didn't really, kind of understand, thought maybe she was just maturing. And putting her on that supplement, and she was like a spring chicken. She like came back to life within probably a month with the joint supplement. And so I went and got her x-rays and hips done because I wanted to breed her, and I found out that she had mild hip dysplasia in both of her hips. And so obviously, she's just my pet dog. So, no breeding there, but NuJoint, man, I tell everybody, like, that is before I even knew that she had hip dysplasia, I've seen a vital change of behavior positively. Like, she jumps all over the place. She wants to play Frisbee, all kinds of stuff. Like,
still to this day, you wouldn't know she had it. She's freaking nuts. You wouldn't guess.
Right. Wow.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Money. Go ahead, Money, Mike.
How old was she when you started noticing the slowdown?
About 18 months.
Oh, 18 months. And she was already working there. I heard you do a lot of training, like bite training and that type of stuff.
Yeah, I ended up pulling her before that and getting a different dog. She just she didn't have the environmental stability outside of my home. She ended up not being a good candidate for it. But I can tell you that I was just talking to my sister-in-law about it the other day. There's something about just having a dog that I don't have to worry about like showing. I don't have to worry about trialing with. I don't have to worry about breeding, like any of that. Like, I have no worries with this dog, and she is my best friend.
Spoiled rotten.
Wow.
She is.
She sleeps in our bed, and my bullies aren't.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I need to ask the trainer about that. I need to ask. I'm only a breeder. I've never been a trainer. What are the positives and negatives about a dog sleeping in the bed with you?
I mean, honestly, I think it's the dog. If you have a dog that is more dominant, and I don't mean like dominant aggressive, but just a dominant dog in general, you're going to have more of those behaviors because they are in an elevated area. It's more of like they're the king, or queen, whatever. So you're kind of feeding that hierarchy to them. But then again, I mean, it really depends. I tell people boundaries. What are your boundaries? Can you invite them on the bed? Will you do, are they allowed on the couch when you invite them on there? It's more about their freedom to just do it versus, now these are things I tell my clients. This is not things that these aren't things that I with my dog.
Right.
She's a mess, but I love her. But it depends on the dog. Obviously if we feed into that dominance that they have, though you could have some issues later on. So it's really about where your place is with them and how you're, keeping your boundaries tight. So.
Well, here's a big one. How about if you tell them off, will they get off the bed?
Right.
That's
right.
Yeah.
And what happens when they do one of these? Huh. They're next to mom. Is that a good thing? Or?
Then you've got a problem. Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Obviously,
but you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's right about that. Betty, when I first got her, she slept on the bed with me. And as we gain more dogs, she's the queen of the yard and she walk around like the queen. So when it's time to feed the dogs, Betty damn near carrying the dog bowl and and I'm filling it up and handing it to the rest of the dogs. So she kind of get prancy around them, but they know she's the yard queen. But yeah.
But I also try to naturally allow that to happen. If I have a dog that is more dominant than the other, not necessarily that it's aggressive, like it just dominant. I kind of favor the dog pack in that. So one of our females, she's the queen of the yard. I believe she should be fed first.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's just a natural way, and when we start to mess with that, we're kind of messing.
Yes.
We're just messing with the natural. I don't know.
Yeah.
The orders that they created.
You're encouraging one of the lesser dogs to challenge the throne, and you might
There you go.
a bad scenario.
Yeah, you're giving the wrong message. We have a question here from Adam Fields. He's asking, what are the differences between show training and protection training? But here's the kicker. Also, is it possible to do both?
Absolutely, it would be possible. Completely different world. In the show training, I just want my dog to stand right, look right, show it has a good temperament. There's not a lot expected. A true protection dog, and I'm not the expert here. I just watch her. It requires so much. There's so much that goes into, and I'm not talking about just getting a dog to bite when you tell it to bite. Like true protection work, the kind of competition stuff that she does, that's a total different world. You want to expand on that? It's hard to compare.
I'm gonna say it really depends on the dog. So if I have a dog, I'll probably refer to that a lot. If I have a dog that is neutral but will bite on command, I don't see a problem with that. If I have a dog that will bite on command but is more like a one-person dog that doesn't do, well around a lot of people, like that is like strictly, I mean, they're just those dogs that probably should be, working in the military or, should be a police canine or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to show that dog. Right. I don't care how much training and belief I have in this dog. I'm just not going to do that to someone. So I truly, it depends on the dog. If the dog is balanced and is just really neutral, but a solid protection dog, then I think it's possible. But if it's the other way around, I wouldn't risk it.
So let me ask this, because Miss Allie is over here. We're not getting any questions over to her, so I'm going to start asking her a couple of questions. Allie, what is your favorite type of training, and who's your favorite dog in your yard?
That's hard.
He's listening too, Allie.
Sorry, Buster. Well, the training, I really think my mom's protection training is pretty cool. I really want one of her shepherds so I can do bite training with it. I think it's pretty cool. So I really like protection.
And you're kicked off the channel.
I really like protection and detection. I think obedience is really just starting to get kind of, once your dog really knows it, kind of boring because they already know the basic stuff, and obedience really just basic. So you're like, they know sitting down, stay. I mean, what's really cool about it? So when you start adding like speak it in a stay or like, who knows? But it's pretty cool.
Do you speak in German when you're doing that?
And for our bite dogs, protection dogs, they're taught in German.
Okay.
Give them some words.
Yeah.
Seats is sit. Pass off is speak. Plots is down. Bleib is stay. What's stand?
Up.
Stay.
Get up.
Stay.
I speak American.
Hey, what about Alvita saying? Y'all use that?
What was it?
Alvita saying.
Oh, I haven't. No.
Isn't that
Wow, you're going a little too far, man. Is that Bavarian?
Pocken.
Pocken is for bite.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna answer who your favorite dog was, though.
That's gonna get a little controversial.
Get ready, Kyle. Get ready, Kyle.
So, of course, that our first was Detox. He was totally my favorite, like all the time. He was in that video where my mom was like, he didn't know the camera was coming on her. That was him. We had a pretty cool what do you call it, connection. I would walk outside and he would start losing his mind, and then let's just say the boys walk outside and he's like, I don't care about you. But D will always have a piece in my heart, a spot in my heart. So right now it's kind of either Bones or Buster. So
you know, some of your people are in here. You just
I know.
really
Everybody is so pro Buster.
I know. So I think on this one I gotta go Buster, because Buster's just like the guy. He's like awesome.
And Buster's this guy right here, correct?
Yes.
The puppy.
Oh, look at him meeting his pups for the first time. Look at her with Buster.
Oh, beautiful pups.
Oh yeah. Look at him. Wow. So proud. Beautiful.
Good stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He really is his temperament is like, he sleeps in bed with her. He's like, he lives up in her room. They are the best. And I would say even
but he heard her say that Bone shit. He's probably going to pee on her.
It's not true. Buster would never pee on me. I hope you guys know that. But Buster is getting a little bit not really listening, because now that he's not been an outside dog for probably about a year and a half, maybe going on 2 years, he is starting to think that my bed is his bed. So so now I'll sit next to the wall, because I only have a twin size bed, so it gets pretty cramped.
You're not supposed to tell him everything. I said transparent. Transparent. California King, Allie. That's what you meant to say.
No, I wish. I wish. But anyways, Buster like comes against the wall. So like I'm like, watch TV on my bed. This is me. And Buster's like, nope, I'm just gonna jump on your bed and go around you and push you on the floor.
Smart dog.
Then my dad, because my mom and dad's room's right under ours, so they're like, Allie, what's all the clumping and blowing? I'm like, it's Buster jumping around, hopping around, going crazy.
Sounds like a damn earthquake, is what it sounds like.
Hold on, I got another Buster video I want to share with everyone here. I just want to check it out.
What do you got there? Is that freaking raw hamburger?
Yeah.
You feed that to your dog?
I mean, look at his face. What do you think?
Does that make him mean?
It makes him happy.
Oh,
I love
what
it.
do you got there? Is that?
I love it, man. The way you play into it and her answers, man, it's just
you understand.
Perfect.
You got
perfect.
them comments. People really say
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what they say. Oh, feeding them raw makes them aggressive.
Make them aggressive.
And you know, I don't know if you get as much of it maybe as I do. Maybe you can correct me or not, but I can tell you on the educational side, which is what I've been trying to do here for the last 5 years, it's always a reason why the dog is aggressive. It's either the food, it's either the facility I'm keeping them in, or the breed itself. Do you get a lot of the same, or is it just me because I'm over here on this side of the house?
No, I tell you, and in the last year, I have to be honest. They used to get me worked up, or if I'd read one at the wrong time, I'd respond, because I'm pretty good at being a smart ass when I want to be. But I don't even read them anymore. I used to block them. I went through probably a year of blocking them, but I don't even read them anymore. I don't go in there. But every nasty, ignorant, biased, crazy thing that somebody could say, like I said, that's the negative, because we attract a lot of freaking weirdos. But yeah, I've heard it. I just don't pay it no mind anymore. And people are going to think what they're going to think. I think the positive impact that our channel's making far outweighs that. And there's nothing I could say. I'll give you one of my replies just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. I say, promise me that no matter what, or I'll say, thank you so much. Promise me that you will never stop scrolling on a Saturday morning and commenting on other people's videos, because one day your comment just might change the world. Hashtag all comments matter.
That's it. That's it. That's it, man. I love it. I love it.
I love that skit because, like he said, he played into feeding the dog raw meat makes him mean, and she goes, "No, that makes him happy." So I mean, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's play several more here, man. I can't get enough. Here we go.
Oh God.
Kai, representing Kingdom Bullies.
Look at her.
You look good, girl. Laid up on the couch.
She's like, take a break from my puppies.
You deserve it. 9 puppies. You put in a lot of work, okay? Just take it easy.
Yeah, we have to like do nothing. She's such a good mom.
Big old red line, Kai.
Right, Mom?
Good stuff, man. Let's see this
Hey,
one.
hold
I've
on,
never seen
Allie.
this
We got
one.
somebody walking by.
What?
What kind of dog is that?
X the XL American Bully.
You know the band in the UK, right?
Yeah, you should have that dog put down.
You can snap at any time you need to get rid of it.
Yep.
I wish he would snap right now, but he won't. Guys, now leave me alone. Come on, Buster.
Yeah, get out of here. Don't you guys have a home? No. Get a life.
Oh man. So was it hard recruiting I don't know. I don't know if they're neighbors or family.
No, those are one's pretty much my adopted son, and the other 2 are my real boys. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Good deal, man. No, I definitely love the skits, man. And let me just tell you, that voice you put on there, along with Allie's voice, answering and responding, it's gold, man.
Yeah.
Social media gold. Definitely.
It's so genuine. That's what makes you never run out of content. Is that if it's genuine, you can just break it out anytime.
Well, and people started saying that they started calling us advocates for fighting stigma and thanking us, and I wear that. It wasn't intended that way, but I wear that badge proudly because. I mean, I won't even say I love this breed. I'm obsessed, man. And that goes from just the whole entire American Bully breed. I love it. I could get real deep with you, like therapeutically, what they've done for my mental health. But I want to be a part. I know that like our mission is to sell quality pet homes to people that are going to love these dogs, because I know from firsthand experience just how much a dog can change the essence of someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
I look, man, I couldn't agree with you more. I could tell you myself personally. To me, they're therapy. Every time I walk back there, this is why I hate summer so much, man. Where I live, Southeast Texas, is so doggone humid. I can't go out there and be with my dogs all day like I usually am when fall season comes in. But when fall season comes in, man, let me tell you, I could be out there 6 to 8 hours with them. I don't even answer the phone. By the time I answer the phone, I got Kyle yelling at me, dude, I've been trying to get a hold of you. What you been doing? Man, I'm just out here chilling with the dogs, man, just letting them be and interpreting their behaviors and whatnot, man. And
Yeah.
yes, go ahead.
I said that comment he just made, man, is good enough for a spin, man.
You think it's good enough for a spin? Hey, man, look, you only got to say that once around me. Tell you what, let's go ahead. Oh, Kyle, there you go, Kyle. That's what I'm talking about. Kyle's stepping it up. So we're gonna go ahead and share the screen. We do something over here where we go ahead and we spin for people. So we need to find one of the best comments out here. So let's see. We got Adam Fields saying 10-4. So Kingdom Bullies and Kingdom Bullies, I want you to choose the best comment because we're going to give them a free spin. We got Adam Fields saying 10-4. Running in late, Big Beach Bullies. We got James Holbrook's with a smile. We got Coach Karen saying, folks just need to hate on something. Their ignorance leads them around on their own leash and cages their brains.
I like
it. Fire.
Yeah. You can tell me when to stop when you're ready.
Let's go ahead and give it to her. I like that.
Oh, you like Coach Karen's comment. All right, Coach Karen, listen up. You already know how this goes. We're going to go ahead and spin this as soon as – hold on. I just lost it. Here we go. All right. So, Kingdom Bullies, let me know when you want me to start spinning.
Go.
Here we go. Let me close that ads so it's out the way. Coach Karen. Oh. You know what, Coach? I'm in such a good mood. I'm going to give you another spin. Because that was just way too close. Here we go.
Got me looking.
Here we go. Oh, stop. All right. It didn't stop. It doesn't matter. Coach Karen, I'm going to give you 50% off on my boy Congo studding. All you got to do is get in contact with Hollywood, and whenever you want to use them, whatever I'm charging for a stud fee, you're getting 50% off right off the bat. There you go. And that's Kyle for you. That was all Kyle on that one. But no, definitely.
A nice comment. I'm just kidding.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I was just playing. I said, how do I put in a good comment?
Hey, I got a question.
Go ahead,
like,
shoot.
When picking dogs, like you trying to determine whether it's show or bite training or obedience training, what type of temperaments do you look for out of the two, or is it the same type of temperament?
Good question.
I think you need drive. So a good food drive obviously is going to be crucial for all of them. It's really hard to train a dog with no food drive or toy drive.
Yeah.
She's
speaking on bones.
For even show training. Temperament wise, I want to see all across the scale, good. They're just, they're not nervy. They're confident. All across the board, we want that. We want to be able to put them in different environments. Protection, we get a little bit more intense. Like I want different flooring. I want different noises. I want them to be, okay. And if they're not okay at first, that's all right. But how quick are they to recover from that? So if you drop something on the ground and it scares them, or do they run from it, or do they kind of sketch out for a second and then go check it out? That's showing you a pretty good confident dog. And then, biting, we want the dog to bite. So we've got to test that as well for protection. But so not every dog is, gonna make that. I don't even train a lot of bullies in that. I mostly I don't really work with a lot of off breeds on it. There are a couple that I'm like, I think Seven could probably do it. I think he would be a good candidate. Things like that, but
they don't know who Seven is.
It's funny because I actually had him studied to one of my females, so I'm listening very avidly to what she has to say about Seven.
Yeah, no, Seven's great. I think, he just walks out like
They're talking about. There's a very popular pocket called Seven.
Okay.
We have a
Seven.
We have a 777.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're all over here.
Yeah.
R7. Sorry,
Okay.
he was an XL.
Okay.
No, but he's he just walks out and he's just always strutting his stuff. Like he's
very confident.
Very confident.
So let me ask you this: of the breeds that you've trained, what would you say is the American Bully's biggest flaw in training, and what would you say they excel at the most?
Oh, they're stubborn. A lot can be stubborn. So if they want to go somewhere, especially the big ones, you got to make sure you're in control. That's why I think training starts at a young age is extremely easier than taking, even bones for like a 2-year-old strong male. You're going to have a harder time getting the behaviors you're wanting out of them unless you start early on. And then I think they can be stubborn. you know, some of your pockets and like English bulldogs, things like that, you deal with. It's kind of the same thing. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it.
Yep.
So you got to be more motivating. And then I think their best quality, man, they're just lovers for the most part. Now you may have some
exception, right?
But for the most part, like they are just an all around, just great temperament. You know, we've got one Fancy. Like I can put her almost in any situation. She's a great communicator. If I've got a dog that I'm, you know, a client dog that that is having some troubles with other dogs and I need another dog that's confident, I put her out there. Man, she is my go-to.
And that's needed. When you got a dog that you could use to train other dogs, that's an ideal temperament.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you say that. And Mambo, I'll get right to you, Mike. Let me just answer Mambo Jenkins. He's saying Raul had a confident female pup on the live today. I told you guys I did a live right before coming on here, and she went him back down to the queen. In reality, he's my alpha female of the yard. Early signs of the next pack leader. I'll say this much. In my yard, I was able to identify an alpha female. Her name is Cadabra. If you guys haven't watched it, I suggest you go back and check it out. Because a couple of years ago, I want to say about 3 years ago, I actually was able to film the passing of the guard, if you will. We used to have this alpha female named Latessa in my yard, and Cadabra grew up, and the day came where she took it over, and I was able to record it. It was super special and super cool for my yard. Long story short, ever since then, Cadabra has been the alpha dog in the yard. There hasn't been a male that wants to put her in her place because I haven't had a true alpha male. It's only been beta males that have stepped in to the alpha role. Right? And she pretty much runs the show. What she loves to do is, especially on puppies, is break them down. She wants puppies to submit to her, but not just submit. She wants to be able to nibble on their legs, for example, and for them not to respond. In other words, total submission. That's what she's looking for. And coincidentally, today I was recording where I have a pup, and that would be a Lucky's pup, Mike Green.
Dang.
Yeah, we call her Spunky for a reason. And Spunky will lay down and submit. She gives you everything you ask for. But the minute Cadabra tries to nibble on any one of her legs, now, mind you, she's only nibbling. She's not biting. She's not doing anything aggressive. She's just nibbling. When she goes to nibble, little Spunky will snap at her. And I keep telling people it's just a matter of time until one day she just, lets it happen. And then Cadabra will move on to the next pup and so on and so forth. But the one thing that I can attest to is we have not had a dog fight in my yard ever since I could remember. And it's because of having an alpha dog in the yard that pretty much limits how far dogs can go. To give you an example, I'll have, for example, my female matriarch. She's ticked off at a pup for whatever reason before she does anything to the pup. And if you guys don't believe me, watch my videos. She will turn and look at Cadabra before she does anything to that pup. And before Cadabra does anything to anyone, she turns around and she looks at me. So it all falls in line in accordance. I couldn't tell you how valuable having an alpha female in the yard is. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if I'm doing it right, doing it wrong. I don't know if you guys want to cross-reference what I just said.
No, absolutely. When you've got a strong alpha, it will actually help you teach the puppy boundaries when you've got ones wiling out and stuff. And also to touch on the breed, like I know I'm probably going to make some people upset. You've always got exceptions. You can't say just because a dog is a certain breed that it's going to be this way. So there's always exceptions based on parents and genetics, and just sometimes you've got one oddball in the litter. But overall, American Bullies make a great companion. They are a companion breed. Now, I mean, and I'm diehard American Bully, but there's certain things. There's no way I would pick the American Bully over a Shepherd or a Mal for certain tasks. There's just no way. But that's okay because all I'm looking for is a best friend. I don't need a dog to fetch my medicine for me or eat nobody for me. I'll tell you what, the dogs we got, man, if you didn't know, you got to be like the ballsiest thief or criminal or convict in the world to run up on them. Just, I'm not saying they don't have, I believe that they're one of the most loyal breeds of dogs. Like every ounce of me believes that they would protect me and my family.
Yeah, they will protect you immediately. It's just protecting an area, say an entire yard. You're going to have a hard time with this breed. By the way, let me get back to Mike Green. Mike Green, my bad, man. I had interrupted you. What were you going to say, bro?
I got wrapped up. I forgot what I was going. No. Hey, is it possible? I'm talking far as training. Is it possible to overtrain, like to train the dog, train the dog out of the animal? For instance, I have a dog that I train in. His name is Bass Reeves, Grand Champion Bass Reeves, and as a puppy, I was making sure he didn't do no balls to make quick turns or flirt poles or any of that. Only thing he learned how to do was stack and walk in a show environment. You know what I mean? So by the time he grew up, he wouldn't chase a ball or do a flirt pole, and he just showed off.
I wouldn't necessarily blame that on you. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I wouldn't blame that on you in the show training. Some dogs just don't really, like, as they get older, their temperament changes, and he just might not be interested in that stuff. Or you could absolutely make a dog lazy. It just depends. Like, if it has the prey drive or not. Like, if he's just not interested in it, that might not have been your training. That just might have been the dog
personality.
Yeah. So he had the drive and has the drive, but I wouldn't allow him to do the extra, you know what I mean, to make sure everything was straight. So from then on, after that, every dog after that, I didn't do the same way. So he's like a little soldier. You know what I mean? He'll then walk on a stack box, or I just look at him and tell him to stack, and he'll go right into it, and you can do a 360 around him. But to me, I don't know. I was just thinking maybe I was telling Donald, I think I overtrained this dog and took the dog out of him.
Well, but I think it's a matter of what your goal is. Can you increase that? Probably. If I want to increase a behavior, for instance, one of my dogs, super ball driven, I want her to be more on a tug. I'm only going to play with tug with her. No more ball. Mm-hmm. So when I get out and play with her, I am specifically just using a tug, and that is our whole life at that point. That's going to increase that drive for that. So is it something that you caused? Possibly. Is it something that you couldn't fix? I think you could if you want to. It really is a matter of what is your goal with it.
Right.
So.
I want what you got.
We're training.
That's what he's trying to get over there. Hey, I have a question. Go ahead. And then we'll get to Michael Higgins. So go ahead, Donald.
I was going to say Johnny Bones is so impressive that a lot of times we're not XL people. And we see a lot of breed type in the top dogs. We do just because they're shorter, they mature a lot faster. And when you look at Johnny Bones, he has a lot of breed type for an XL bully. Can you tell us like what his size is? Because he looks just like a perfect
Donald speaks.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's when we put him on a scale, he was 141 pounds, 22.5 at the withers, 27-inch head. I haven't measured his bone, but I've had many show enthusiasts say that his bone is some of the biggest they've seen on an XL. That's what you can't show in pictures, but his spread and his arms I've got pictures where my arm's next to his. I'm not a small guy, and his arms are every bit as big around as mine. And if you like him, you might want to check out. We just got done breeding him to our pocket, so we're excited to see what happens there.
Oh, somebody's been listening about pocket and XL breeding.
Yeah,
there you go. Somebody's been paying attention. Good deal.
Now, do you do the genetic testing on them and everything?
Yes.
What was the IGF-1 on Johnny Bones and the pocket that you bred to?
What was what?
The IGF-1.
The size,
the growth hormone.
I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
While you're looking that up, we have a question from Michael Higginson. He says, "What's the next step for your daughter? Does she plan to show in any sanctioned shows and maybe compete in the junior handlers division?" She would do well. Are you guys planning on putting her in the show ring?
Yes, we've just recently. She has done junior handling with our Good Bar Son 777 that she was talking about. She went in and did it one time. It's definitely a goal of hers. It's about all she talks about. We've just recently started caring about the show scene. When we first started out, like I said, when we do a breeding, we might only sell 2, maybe 3 with breeding rights. Our goal was outside of the bully community, and we did a great job at branding that. But since I've got Bones, I co-own Bones with this breeder in the UK. And one of the things I committed to her was that I would do everything I could to make sure he had the career he deserves. So Bones has got me I've committed to going to a show at least every 60 days. So you will see me, Bones, Allie, probably this. I just bought a pocket. I'm just now getting into the pockets, guys. Please. His dad. R2G2. R2G2 son.
Okay.
And that's the one we're working on. I'm hoping that I can get him just to be a show dog, and Allie can show him and go all the way up with him.
Very nice.
We have a question from RGB Kennels. What's the correction you do, or I guess command, or however you go about it, when a dog does something that it's not supposed to do? What's your go-to correction?
Well, we've got a sound around here that everybody knows. It's and
okay. It's just like me.
I've been training dogs off and on my whole life. So there's some things that I do that my wife probably wouldn't condone because she's professional and she's by far the more experienced dog trainer. She has her own obedience training program. But I'm going to say something, man. I'm going to go out on a ledge and I'm going to tell you one of my secrets. And people can get mad if they want to. We crop our dog's ears, right? And when I bring a puppy home, it's at least 8 weeks old. One of the first things that I'll do, I'll let it get adjusted. Maybe a week of getting comfortable to be in here. But then I put it on a leash and I do something called tethering, which means we crate train our dogs. So whenever that dog comes out of the crate, it's on a leash, and that allows it. First of all, it helps it imprint on me. It helps us to bond because it's with me all the time. Second of all, I don't have to worry about it chewing on stuff it's not supposed to because I'm right there. Even if I'm looking at my phone and he starts chewing on something, I can say, and pop that leash. And he starts to go to the bathroom. A lot of the problems that people reach out to us with would be solved if they kept them on a leash because you're going to notice it and you could jump up and take them out. Now, here's the part that's going to probably get me in trouble. When they've got their ears cropped, when these two are in the room, this is how I teach them what the is. Like say I've got a recliner that they're eating up and they just won't stop. And I've said, and I've popped the leash and they're arguing with me. I'll pinch that ear.
Dab.
I do. But listen, this is something that you've only got to do once, maybe twice.
It's
and
true.
Associate that with that sound means business. And I promise you, my adult dogs out here, I haven't done it to them since they was young. It's only like their ears heal up really quickly. So you've only got a little window. But I promise you, I go outside and I yell a serious my 100+ pound dogs know to stop.
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I do the very same sound in my yard. I'm a little bit different than you. You do the ear thing. I do the nose tap, right, with my 2 fingers. I will nose tap them, and let them know from the very beginning that if I say and you don't respond, we're going to escalate. And once we do that, like you say, 2 or 3 times, typically it's a non-factor from that point on. Not only that, they're also seeing my older dogs and my alpha female. When I say and she immediately stops, they already know, hey, if she's stopping, we better be stopping as well. So I love what you just shared with us. What were you going to say, Mike? My bad.
I say we do the same thing. That's the deal, but we do so our dogs walk with their head up because we're in the show ring, so we do the under tap.
Yeah.
So they're like
doubt.
this.
Yeah.
We don't go down.
Yeah.
Nothing down, everything up.
Yeah, somebody told me that's the way to get them to stack correct. But I tell you, I tried it on Johnny, and he doesn't even care. He doesn't even know I'm there.
Well, that's good stuff, man. I mean, I've learned so much from you guys just talking with you guys and how you're going about things, man. Real quick, I wanted to bring on members that we have in our channel, because next week, this guy down here, this guy right below me right here, right? Mike Green. No, Mike Green. This guy right here decided that next week we're going to bring members on, and members are going to have to ask questions live, right? Is that not what you said, Mike? What else did you say you wanted, Mike? Talk to me.
Just wanted to bring everybody on that's been supporting the channel and just introduce themselves so we can put the name with the face, introduce their kennel so everybody can see, and just how long they've been members.
Hey, we've dropped the link for several members. I'm sure they want to come on and interact with Kingdom Bullies. So let me bring on Maurice Humboldt. What is going on, brother?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
happening?
How's it going?
Good to see
It's
you.
going well. What you got,
Yeah.
man? What's the question of the night?
The question of the night. Well, it's not particularly a training question, but it's more as far as starting a kennel. So at how many generations do you think is it best to keep a male if you're starting with females?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. My response to that, and we're all going to answer that. My response to that is that's one of the reasons you don't want to start with a male, in my opinion. And the only reason for that is that, say you were to breed a male to your female, at least in my program and the way I run things, I could probably only use him one more time going forward. And that would be to breed him to his granddaughters and maybe his nieces if I have his sister on board. I don't know, Kingdom Bullies, how long do you keep males around? How many gens you keep them around, man?
Okay, man, you're gonna ruin our reputation because some of this is pretty, I'm gonna be honest. I have spent almost double, but over 6 figures on my dogs. And I could tell you with my yard, I've only got an acre, and I've gotten to the point with my family that I have to be business minded. So with males on my yard, and I've got a bunch of them that didn't make the cut. It's kind of like building a starting lineup. Now we have high standards. Any kind of sketchy personality, they've got to go. If they any problems with the hips or the elbows, they've got to go. And if they don't turn out to where they're going to pay their rent, they've got to go. So what I do, I've got one right now in my yard. I give them a year, and I could usually assess at the end of the year how they're going to turn out. Because I mean, and you guys have been at this a lot longer than me. I don't think anybody, I mean, there's still a level of unpredictability. But with my males, I have to be even more selective. My standards for my males are high. And I'm going to tell you now, I hear people, it's hard. It's one of the things that is the hardest to do. I've had to put down a dog that I love. I've had to get rid of 3 or 4 dogs that I really liked, but it gets to a point where I've just had to make that decision. You have to be a phenomenal stud to stay. But here's another thing. I send them to my close friend's house where I can see them whenever I want, where they're living a single dog family life. I still got the option to breed him if I want to. But in my yard, in my home, all the males that stay long-term, you bet your butt there's a long-term purpose.
So I have a question for you on that. I got to jump on that real quick. So just let me give you an example. You know, I've always talked about a dynamic kennel. That's how we run my yard. So let me give you an example. Just recently, I moved my boy 305 out of my yard, right? Triple champion 305. Let me bring up a quick picture of him over here. We just moved him out of our yard. Now, it wasn't for anything he did. He didn't do anything wrong. It's just that for every pup I keep, and in this case, I kept this particular pup, Patron, there's got to be a male dog that has to leave my yard. Either that pup unseats that male dog I got on top, or the male dog unseats the pup where the pup has to go. Do you run it kind of like that, or do you just say, okay, we got 3 dogs long term, we're just going to keep them no matter what?
No, I've got a limit. To be honest with you, that limit, I passed it about 4 dogs ago, but I've got a number in my head, and absolutely,
typical breeder.
When we take on one, one's got to go, and unless you've just got an abundance of manpower, and because depending on how many of you there are, one person can only take care. I'm blessed to have my family helping me, but yeah, when a new one comes in, one's got to go usually.
Okay, good deal. How about you, Gaines? How do you guys run it with your males?
We'll I mean, I got a different take on it. I agree with everything y'all just said, but if I was to do it all over again, I would start with those 2 females with the same phenotype, and that use that embark to get your COI up, before, and I'll bring males in and I'll line breed to the 3rd generation before I pick a male. But that first breeding, you might have that male, that you want for your yard. It could be on that first male. So you'll know.
But how many generations are you going to go for with that male, or maximum? How many generations maximum are you going to go for? Because once you produce his grandkids, are you going to keep him around to go with the great grandkids and after that?
Yeah. Well, he was saying when to bring a male in, right? What was your question? Is when would you keep a male or pick your male?
Like off of your production, say like you're on your 2nd or 3rd generation, or like at what point would you actually keep a male and not just start out to like an outside?
Yeah, and that's why I was saying you would line breed top and bottom, 2 females, similar phenotypes. You might get it on first breeding. You may get it on that 2nd generation or 3rd generation. You'll know when you get your dog.
But I think you picking the correct female and how she was bred may be that her first breeding, you have the male right there for you, and you didn't have to go several steps because the work had already been done for you if that was the type of dogs you wanted. So kind of learning a lot about the breed before you invest in the female would give you an idea of whether you want standard dogs, XL dogs, pocket dogs, whether you've got that off of a good several generations of line breeding, and then you're able to immediately produce your male with that female.
Hold on a second. I got Kyle, and I just got somebody texting me if that's Colin Kaepernick over here. No, that's Maurice Humboldt.
I get that a lot.
Somebody just texted me that. Hold on a second. Let me bring him up. Hollywood, what you got, man?
I was gonna say, man, it sounds like Mike's been rubbing elbows with somebody else I know.
What are you talking about?
Oh man, I'm not even gonna go there, man. It's all good.
He's talking about getting to his male. Now, my male, if I had a male, like you're saying, that I really attached to, I'd never get rid of him. He'd be in my yard. It won't be like dynamic, it'll be my dog that sleeps next to the bed. If I like him that much. But if there's other dogs like you're saying that it's a dog I'm not attached to, then yeah, of course you should be aiming to outproduce that male. You know what I mean? So
I agree with that.
That's the goal, is to outproduce the male.
I got 2 more guys back here I got to bring up real quick, man. Okay. I got Money Mike Higginson into his eye. We got Adam Fields as well. What is going on, gentlemen?
What's going on, fam?
Listen, we got Kingdom Bullies. We got Gaines Bullies. You got, hey, shoot, man. Whatever question you got, let it go.
Go ahead, Adam.
I can't hear you, Adam. You're muted, man.
Turn your mic on, Adam.
There you go.
All right. So we talked about a lot of different subjects tonight, and I've really enjoyed this live. And I will do a little commercial. Get that.
There you go. There you go. NuJoint DS, baby. What's up? All right.
But anyway, my question would be, like, when you get a puppy that isn't breed quality, that isn't, a smaller something, how do you go about rehoming that puppy out of that litter? That would be my question for all of y'all.
Okay. Well, tell you what. I'm going to let you pick. Who do you want to go first? Me, Gaines, or Kingdom?
Man, you're going to make me pick. I want to hear Gaines first, and then y'all pick third after that.
All right. Go ahead, Gaines.
Man, I would say with that of the many blessings that Mike has provided us, he works at a really big place that people are always commenting on his dogs, and he sees them all the time. So, not everybody wants to breed, not everybody wants something, but some of these dogs that aren't breed quality are only not breed quality for, they still look like a bully. And that satisfies a lot of people, and we can see them and we know that they get good homes. So I wouldn't, people contact us. I kind of dive deep in it, and we're not money making fools. I mean, we're not doing all this as everything isn't business minded for us. So
down at the millionaire, y'all.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Mike's Jerry Jones.
Oh, no, you don't want to be that. Real quick, Kingdom. What do we do with pet quality puppies? How do we find them a home?
Well, I mean, and this all depends on who you are, but humbly, we've been blessed. We get a lot of traffic to our all of our different platforms and our website. So, so far, whenever I've come across that, I've been able to find somebody that was looking for, because like you said, man, just because it doesn't make the cut for our breeding program, they still make excellent companions. So
absolutely,
we've been blessed to be able to find them homes.
Yep.
No,
keep a list. Keep a list. Yeah. Stay in contact.
Yeah. Absolutely. I couldn't begin to tell you. I couldn't agree anymore with him. As far as the way we do it, you guys already know. If you haven't done it, download QBN app, whether you have an iPhone or you have an Android, it doesn't matter. Download it. Luckily for us, there's a list in there. You can literally go in there, tell me what you want. I want a pet quality female. I want a pet quality male. When the time comes, believe it or not, I go ahead and I post the pet quality pup on the app. I send it through on a push notification. Guys, 9 times out of 10, within a minute, that puppy is we have 5 or 6 homes that we could take a look at and make a decision as to where I feel more comfortable for them to go. That's how we roll with it. We got Mike Higginson.
Real quick, does everybody want to say good night and goodbye to Allie? It's her bedtime.
Oh, okay. Good night, Allie. We love having you on board. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're big fans. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Now I gotta let Buster out to use the bathroom.
Okay. No issues. Michael Higginson, what you got for us tonight, man?
Oh man, I've really enjoyed the show. It's been a great live. I was curious. So when you feel that a dog has been outproduced and is, for lack of a better term, no longer in your starting lineup, do all those dogs get retired to your home, or is the chance for them to get pet homed, or how do y'all do something like that?
Wow, that's a good one. Who do you want to answer first?
Our guest.
Okay, Kingdom.
Okay, well, that's good you asked that, because I wanted to touch back, because some people watching were probably flipping out, but Buster pays his rent through YouTube. He's not ever going nowhere. He's a pet here for his entire life. And I'm going to be quick to tell you that Bones is the same way. I co-owned him with a lady from the UK. That dude's quickly became my best friend, and I really want, like, he's good enough and he checks all my boxes, from good hips and elbows, perfect temperament, bone, spread, dome. I want to build a kennel around him. So I can't see myself, even if he outproduces himself. I mean, it gets to a point where you've done your job. Well, you've got a female here that's not going nowhere. So there are exceptions to the rules. But when you make those exceptions, you can only have so many that you're staying. So exactly. Bones and Buster aren't going anywhere. I feel if you've got a stud that was the foundational building block to your entire program, then heck yeah. But I mean, and I hope I didn't mislead anybody. You've got to be business minded to a degree. But I hope that you can tell by our channel and the way we carry ourselves, we definitely are led by heart. This is a passion project more than anything else. So I hope I didn't sound too cold when I told you. It just got to a point where
I think you sounded more real than you did cold. I mean, at the end of the day, people that have followed us, for example, QBN over here, y'all know this is my girl Aruba. And Aruba is the matriarch of my yard. So is her brother Fireball. Fireball and Aruba are not going to go anywhere, no matter what. Not to mention our girl Azu. I don't have a picture of her up here. Now, there have been some dogs that I've had to move out for the very same reason Kingdom just said. I can't keep them all. If I keep them all, essentially, I have nothing but retired dogs, and until they pass away, I cannot continue breeding. Therefore, I've had to move several dogs along. Let me give you a perfect example. I had to move this girl, Athena, that looks just like her mom, Aruba, right? Just like her mom, Aruba. And guess who Athena is with right now? She's over there with Colin Kaepernick down here, Maurice Humboldt, right? Right? And I couldn't be any happier where she's at the moment. The same is held true for our girl Chanel. The same is held true for other dogs that we've had on the yard. So that's the reality of it. Gaines, what do you got on this?
I think we just been blessed and fortunate that we had people ask, like, hey, when you're retiring that dog, and good homes already. They've been following us for years. And if we got to a point of something that we needed to retire and go to a good home or whatever, we have that outlet.
Yeah,
and that also has a lot to do with the presence you have online. Real quick, guys, real quick. I have to shout this person out because what they just done is nothing but love. I got Javier Rivera. He just gifted 5 QBN Kennel memberships. Hollywood, I want to hear it 5 times. And drop it again.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
And 2 more times.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
And this was for you, Javier.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
There you go, man. Nothing but love. He's just gifting it, pushing it out there, man. Nothing but love, man. Appreciate you. What you got, Mike?
I just want to know about each one of the members, how long they've been members, what's the name of their kennels, and where they from.
All right, let's start with Adam Fields on this one.
I'm Kingdom Bullies.
Go ahead, man. It's like an AA. It's like an AA meeting. Adam Fields, what you got, man? Take your mute off.
Got it. My Elite Kennels Lions Den. I'm right here outside of Birmingham, Alabama.
How long you been a member?
I've been a member on Raul's channel for 2 years, but I've been watching him for about 3.
I appreciate you, man. Humble love, man.
We're just getting started out. We got a couple of females here, and so things are in the making. You'll hear from us. We're gonna make waves here in about a year or so.
You've been making waves, man. We have to stack off the issues.
Yeah, most definitely. He also has a Fireball daughter over there named Auburn that's going to be tearing things up. So we're really excited and looking forward. I'm muting your mic intermittently, Adam, because it's giving a little bit of feedback. So if you got to say anything, just unmute it, man. Nothing but love there.
It's Autumn, not Auburn.
You see, tonight my naming is off. I know it's Autumn, man. Number love, man. I
Autumn
appreciate
Nicole,
you.
to be exact.
Yes. Maurice Humboldt. Maurice Humboldt, man. How long have you been a member? You've been on board?
Man, ever since you dropped the option to become a member, I've probably been a member. So maybe about like 2 years now. But I've been following you probably 4 years.
Number love.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, man.
Maurice,
Good. Hey, Maurice, just a quick question, man. Did you ever think I was going to call you and ask you if Athena would be a good option for you?
No, you definitely caught me off guard.
It goes to show, and I would like my guy over here, Brian, in Kingdom Bullies. People don't realize that as a YouTuber and being part of a platform, I watch everything. Everything. I don't miss anything. And when I see people that are loyal to my brand, it's automatic pilot. And I'm sure you're possibly the same way, right, Kingdom?
Well, it was actually, and we've got videos on our page. It turned out really awesome. The guy reached out and he was wanting to know if we took payments and stuff, but I knew the name when he called me. He was one of our very first subscribers and followed us religiously. And it wasn't just a subscriber. He was one of those subscribers that commented on every video, and I knew who he was when he called. And I got to talking to him, and you could just sense how genuine his heart was. Found out that he was blind, and he was wanting to use one of our puppies to be his service dog. So I covered the cost to fly. That puppy flew to New Mexico, and he done a video, and I still talk to him to this day. And
that's how you do it,
man. That's good stuff.
That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Michael Higginson, what you got, man? Look at that smile.
Man, I'm Michael Higginson with Creek Bank Kennels, man. We're about an hour outside of Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been a channel member for about 2 years. Been watching for about 3. We're a proud owner of QBNK's Pressure. And he's actually laid out with me right here. But man, QBN has really changed it all for me. It's taken it from a childhood dream and something that was out of reach into something tangible. And Raul and his platform, man, has really educated me. And to be honest, I've told him before, I was really just trying to get caught up because I felt like I didn't know enough, and I felt like people needed to know more about our breed. And then the more I studied, I'd go to these shows and get in conversations and realize I might have a little bit of a head start because of Raul. So, I'm really thankful and appreciative of the education that I've got here, and for the fellowship. Every one of these guys I love. I know them personally. Maurice, it's good to see you. It's been a while, man. All these gentlemen are a part of my life, and I'm honored.
Likewise, man. I couldn't be more honored to have my blood in your yard, man. You almost got me cheered up, man. Stop that stuff,
Hey, we seen him in the Arkansas show with Pressure, killing it, man.
Yeah.
His daughter and him. And when we seen him, man, I see, he is Pressure.
Just a lot of similarities to the Kingdom Kennels. Just such a beautiful family, and to integrate this dogs into a beautiful family, it just makes everything just even better.
It really does. That's something I wanted to compliment them on. I try to make a few comments towards their daughter because I have a 12-year-old daughter. She loves it. She's some of the biggest reactions I've had from her in life have been her accomplishments in the shows and with dogs. She's won first place junior handler at 3 different shows. She's won best female handler, best overall handler. She swept a couple of them, and we're just really proud that it means so much to her to get involved with it. It's just a part of the dream I put together, and I can't tell you what it means to me. So I know where y'all are at with it, and if kind of done a little more showing with my daughter. If y'all ever need any good advice or have any questions, I'll be more than happy to assist y'all. And it's really cool what y'all are doing. There's nothing quite like bringing your kids in it.
No, thank you.
Number love, man. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, we got to wrap this thing up as much as I hate to. But before we do, right, I'm going to bring Hollywood, and we all going to do an outro in order. Kingdom, you're going to be next to last. Just watch everybody and follow suit. And
I got my head.
Check out Hollywood, man. Hollywood, what you
Hey, how you like my party hat my wife and my daughter put on me? They said, "You think Raul's gonna notice?" I said, "Yeah, he's in the back laughing right now. I can tell."
Well, listen, man. Tell you what, I want you to start it off, man. Start us off with the outro with that party hat. Make it happen.
It's your boy Hollywood Holland, your boy in the back of the queue, and we're catching you on the next one.
All right, Adam Fields. Take your mute
You're
off.
muted.
Take your mute off.
I said we're gonna do another commercial on Nuvet 513237, but I'll catch y'all on the next one.
There you go, Maurice Humboldt.
All right, y'all. It was nice to be on the live tonight, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right, number love, we got Michael Higginson.
Michael Higginson with Creek Bank Kennels, Arkansas, baby. We in this thing.
All right, Gaines Bullies.
Hey, we the Wonder Twins, Mike and Donald. They get us confused, but
yeah,
as Donald, as Mike, we'll catch y'all next week.
See you Monday.
That's it. Kingdom Bullies.
Oh, guys,
yeah.
you did it.
I want to encourage everybody. Nothing but respect and gratitude to QBN and this channel. I have to admit that I could hold my own in a lot of conversations that I wouldn't be able to if it wasn't for this channel. So anybody that's watching, I hope that maybe we added to it and you learned something tonight. It's a really positive community, and you've got people coming to this channel that really care about the breed and are really trying to better the breed. So thanks, Raul.
Catch you on the next one.
Wow. Listen, guys.
That's it.
Listen, nothing but love for all of you. It's all of you that just spoke that make this platform what it is. I ain't going to tear up. All I'm going to tell you is we're on Mondays, 8 p.m. CST. Been Raw from the Q, catching you on the next one.